Greetings, aloha, what's going on? It's Mike from LiveMyAssNut.com. I'm way non-stable, but I was doing a video from the mountain to test the live stream to make sure that there's like the DVR is set up. And so then I thought, well, I could shoot a video here, and there's so many things. I mean, I've been sharing this with my buddies and stuff, but I wanted to share this a little bit more publicly about all the things that are occurring here. So first of all, let me. I may splice a bunch together here on the phone. I've got that like power director thingy, and that app seems to work okay on the phone. But so these guys are still chopping up cow. There's a giant cow that we chopped up, and we were actually concerned because after we bought it, Gracie was like, "Oh, it's pregnant." So then the debate was, okay, well, do we keep it or do we trade it in, kind of thing? Do we keep it and then buy an additional cow? But anyway, so here's a whole bunch of, I think this is pork. But let me show you this cooking system that they've designed here without falling. It's wicked wet and muddy and gross and slippery. Anyway, so again, you guys know it's going to be up there. We walked it, and for the most part, it's doable. But check out this like cooking system. This is for now. I'm standing like downwind, so I'm getting a ton of smoke. But this is amazing. So they cut like 6 holes, right? Dug down, so they have a place to put the wood in to cook. And then this, so so that giant piece of bamboo right in the background there. He was using that in this earlier to stir up. Let's see, onions and garlic and some tomatoes and stuff, and then this thing here was literally filled with all of that, which I believe is beef. Let me move a meter here. There we go. So now I'm not wet, but see, this is the sort of, I think you can hear this. This is sort of the weather we've been experiencing. Meaning, I don't know if you can see this on the camera. Yeah, so it's like a wall of water. The Carabao looks pretty psyched. Yeah, and you know, I mean, it's a farm, right? So as a farmer, you're like, oh my God, this is the best day of my life. But if you're a wedding planner, it's not exactly synonymous. And it wouldn't be so bad because right before this, it wasn't raining. It wouldn't be so bad if this just like came down like this for a few seconds. But as mentioned, as I was standing down there, it makes it quite muddy. And so therefore walking up there is walking up in mud. I think I can zoom in on this. Yeah, so they cut out, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there you go. They cut out some deals in the ramp, basically the levels between the rice fields. So we can actually walk up those, and then with any luck up the hill there. But the water still comes, of course, right? And they're powerless over that. But this is always like, I find this odd, right? Just from where I grew up, and many of you watching this may have been able to relate to this if you've come over to Southeast Asia and you've been to what's referred to as a wet market, and you walk into this market and there's all this friggin' meat and beef just like laying around, and occasionally they'll have fans above it, or actually, sorry, they'll have fan motors above it with pieces of fabric attached to it, and they'll be turning them really slowly, and that keeps the flies off of it. But yeah, the whole refrigeration is very different over here, and so anyway, but amidst this rain, and we got these guys in here seeking refuge. But yeah, so, and the other thing, right, is that we did this so that we could still eat like up there. So as you can see, the rain is, it's not stopping. And this is the real bummer. That's the real slick mud that really makes walking disappointing. Because like literally if I had to walk up there right now to get back home, That would be annoying. Walking in the grass and stuff, it's great. You actually have a little bit of traction, but there's the mighty Pajero. Made it up here with very little effort, actually. Very glad I bought those tires. They've been worth their weight in pesos. And so anyway, yeah, definitely been worth it, but I'm definitely going to get rid of it before I leave. I do not want to have a car here that I'm not here to take care of. Can you even hear me over that rain? Oh, I thought these were speaker wires they were installing. Now that water right next to that is, you know, it's only 220. What's the worst thing that can happen, right? That's okay, right? Sure, that's code. OSHA. Phil OSHA. So, you know, I would look at this and be like, oh crap, we got to cover that totally so the wood doesn't get wet, but I guess they have a system. As long as you have kindling, I suppose. Sorry, kindling, I suppose. See, but then it goes away, so that's all that's a good thing. So yeah, so this just like cooks and cooks and cooks. And it's very interesting because depending upon the size of the party, I've discovered, the women will cook. But if it's a large one, then apparently the men chop the meat and then they also cook. So we have chefs instead of. But then the women always seem to, what they do, they seem to get together like right over there and they wash all the plates for everyone eating. All of these people that are doing this are quite literally doing this out of the goodness of their heart, but we also feed them. That's sort of part of the process anyway. Like even when we were paying guys to like do the roof, the expectation was that you also fed them. And so we did that with the roof. But, yeah, so anyway, I decided to check in and let you know about what's going on here and some of the things that I just have never seen. I mean, look at this. He got a shovel that he's making. Yeah, it's just amazing, man. And that's not like a whole, hey, let's use this for dirt, wash it out, and use it for food. That's like designed to cook that amount of food. Crazy. So, anyway, with that, it's Mike from LiveMyAssOff.com. Said, I hope you're living the dream. So if you're not living the dream, then there's a high likelihood that you actually probably are somewhere warm, sunny. Maybe there's beach nearby. But the question is, do you have this much pork? Do you have, I mean, I don't know if we should measure this by the kilo or by the depth. We basically got 2 meters by about 8 centimeters. I got about 8 centimeters of pork. No big whoop.